Ahoy mateys, Jacob here with Harbormistress, Lulu, Kangaroo, and we're off on our last ferry adventure for this season. After my trip on the Virginia 5, I got on a couple of trains to head back to Coleman Dock. It was then I remembered that an old Washington State ferry was running on the route to Bainbridge Island, so I decided to take a ride. The route to Bainbridge Island is one of the most crowded ferry routes in western Washington. Because of this, the Washington State Ferries typically uses their largest vessels on this route, mainly the Jumbo Mark IIs, like the Tacoma just coming in here. But the Tacoma is a modern ferry built in 1997. I'm riding on a boat much older than her. That would be the Kaleetan, one of only two superclass ferries still in service. More on her later. Like most ferries in Seattle, she'll be leaving from Coleman Dock, which is Seattle's main ferry terminal built in 1882. It was recently upgraded with a modern terminal built in 2023. It also has a walkway looking over the loading lanes to the left, with the main ticket office on the right. This terminal allows direct foot access to the Washington State Ferries. To catch the Kitsap Transit or King County ferries, you must go to the terminal south from this one. But from here you can go to either Bremerton or Bainbridge Island. That's where I'm going on this trip. Several minutes after the Tacoma has left, we see the Kaleetan coming from the opposite direction. This classic Washington State ferry was built in 1967. She carries up to 1,195 passengers and 144 cars. She is 382 feet long and her top speed is 20 miles per hour. The Kaleetan is coming into Dock 3. Soon the call is made to get on. You scan your ticket or Orca card at the turnstile marked with the according destination. Then make your way to the ship. From here, one can see the cars driving on the Kaleetan. By the way, I think it's important for me to correct an error I made about the pickle fork ends. In a previous video, I spoke of how the Hayek, the first of the superclass, was the first ship to have the pickle fork ends. But further studies showed that the first vessel to have the pickle fork ends was the Evergreen State. The first of three Evergreen State class ships, which only one, the Telecom, is still in service. Which I'd certainly like to document one day. The main passenger cabin is very cozy, but I do imagine this ship has changed a lot over the years. If you go upstairs, then you'll find the ship's galley. They serve a lot of things here, from cake to pizza. The Kaleetan has top floor viewing areas at each end. This is an exclusive feature for the superclass vessels. This sun deck on the Kaleetan runs around her upper passenger deck. It even includes benches that stretch along the walls. I also like to look up to the ship's funnels. The crew is now casting off. The ramp raises, and the ship departs. It's now all aboard for Bainbridge Island. On the walls in the galley are some pictures of the original Hyak, one of the Mosquito Fleet vessels. I've spoken about one of the Kaleetan's classmates, which was named after her. Neither Hyak is in service anymore, but we'll see the second one later in this video. As the sun sets, we arrive at Bainbridge Island. We're coming in to Dock 1. Bainbridge Island has a small ferry terminal with a large waiting room and a small cafe, which unfortunately was closed for the night. From the ferry terminal, we can see the Eagle Harbor Maintenance Facility where the WS ferries are maintained. The vessels seen left to right are the Wenatchee, the Hyak, this is the one named after the Mosquito Fleet vessel, the Klahoya, and the Cathlamet. The Hyak and Klahoya are no longer in service, and as of the making of this video, are up for sale. Well mateys, this concludes our first season. Next summer, I'll be having even more ferry adventures. Thank you for joining me in these fun adventures, and I'll look forward to taking you all on more adventures next year. Subscribe to me so you don't miss them, and if you enjoyed this video, then push that like button too. As always, keep your steam up, and I'll see you again next year.